Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Town of Greater Napanee Committee of Adjustment for the 29th of August, 2023. I just want to remind everyone that this evening's meeting will be recorded and live streamed to the Town of Greater Napanee's YouTube channel. And I apologize, we're a little late getting going, but we'll see if we can't make up some time here. So having said all that, we'll call the meeting to order. I'll look for a motion for the adoption of the agenda as presented, moved by Councillor Pennell, seconded by Councillor Shank. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed, motion's carried. Is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof? Seeing none, we'll look for a motion for the adoption of the minutes for the Committee of Adjustment for June 27th, 2023. Moved by Deputy Mayor Calver, seconded by Councillor Martin. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed, motion's carried. The first matter up is land severance application PLCOR 2021-078 B Blaker 1117 Pine Grove Road, Lot 1, legal description of part lot 14, 15, and 16, concession 10, Richmond. And I believe Mr. Nobes, you're up.
Yeah, thank you, Your Worship. This application was deferred previously back in 2021 to permit investigative reporting to be completed at the request of Quinte Conservation. At the time of the application back in 21, Quinte Conservation did a site walk, and they determined that there were areas on the parcel that noted some karst type topography and some wetland features that needed some evaluation. Item number 5.1 is not drastically impacted by those features. Item 5.2 is. So I'll speak to item 5.1 and we can address item 5.2 thereafter. But the proposal here is to sever an existing dwelling and some outbuildings on a 4-hectare lot just north of the hamlet of West Plain on Pine Grove Road. And the land is already developed. It's already got an operable well, operable sewage system. It's a fully functioning dwelling, and the intention is to simply remove the house and some land from the balance of the large parcel. I believe the land is in a state right now, and I believe the executors are cleaning up title and making some adjustments to the property as a result of that estate transaction. So the proposal or the recommendation is for approval, subject to the standard conditions. And one of those conditions is proposed is that the municipality takes some road widening along Pine Grove Road. It's a very narrow road frontage today, so this would be our opportunity to obtain that if the committee is in agreement with that condition.
Thank you, Michael. And I'm just going to back up a little bit before we allow some questions. I just want to check and see if there's anybody speaking for or against this evening's severance. I don't see a lot of people in the body of the council chambers, but I'll ask the question, is there anybody speaking for or against? Seeing none, and now is an opportunity for us to ask Mr. Nobe some questions. Go ahead, Councillor Shank. Great. Thanks, Councillor Shank. Is there a seconder to staff recommendation? Councillor Norrie. Is there any further comments, questions, or concerns with respect to this application? Go ahead, Councillor Martin.
Can I just ask, are we just dealing with the one lot right now?
Correct. Yeah. Yes, we're just dealing with the first lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any further comments, questions, or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion? Opposed? The motion's carried. Thank you, Mr. Nobes. And the second matter, which is related, I believe, is land severance application PLCOR 2021-079 B Blaker 1117 Pine Grove Road, Lot 2, legal description of part lot 14, 15, and 16, concession 10, Richmond. And once again, I'll ask, is there anybody in the body of the council chamber speaking for or against this application? Seeing none, go ahead, Mr. Nobes.
Thank you, Worship. So as I alluded to, there has been some extensive review by Quinte Conservation into the natural hazard features on the property for the parcel that's proposed to be created. Unfortunately, based on that in-depth review by both Quinte Conservation and Ainley Group, who the applicant had contracted to undertake the review, they worked in conjunction with Quinte Conservation on their reporting and their review. It was determined by Quinte that they would not be able to issue any permitting for development of that parcel. So it's effectively undevelopable in its current configuration as proposed. So Quinte is raising objection to the creation of that parcel as a result. Creation of the parcel effectively would not be in compliance with provincial policy, county or town policy, because it would be creating a lot within a natural hazard, a known natural hazard. And Quinte has permitting authority over development within proximity to natural hazards. So given its sprawl across the property, Quinte has rendered this parcel undevelopable and is raising objection. The applicant is aware of Quinte's position on this, and they're aware of our recommendation, which would be to deny this parcel. There is room on the vacant retained parcel for future development, just not in this particular location. So there will, as a result of approval of item 5.1, there will still be the opportunity to develop on the retained parcel, but this second parcel to be created has been rendered undevelopable, unfortunately.
Thanks, Mr. Nobes. Is there any questions of Mr. Nobes with respect to his report or the application? Yeah, go ahead, Councillor Martin.
So Michael, it's just Quinte Conservation's opinion that you're concerned with. Like, did you have any other concerns with that back there? I went back there and walked both lots yesterday, and they I can't really concur with Quinte Conservation's thoughts on it, but they did test holes, 5 test holes back there.
Yep.
That was on the other lot, was it not? Or was it on this lot?
That was on the north, through your worship, that was on the northerly end of the parcel.
Yeah.
Where they were looking to confirm wetland boundary.
Yeah.
To confirm that
Yeah.
the retained parcel would be developable.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The investigation of the southerly parcel was, I believe, purely visual surface level with measurements being taken. They did not do intrusive excavation of the parcel, but their visual observations were able to be
Okay.
utilized in.
Because
making that.
I didn't see a lot of like surface cracks and stuff where and there was no water laying around. Like it looked like the land could absorb the water. So, but anyway, I'll go with your recommendation because you know a lot more in this than I do. But I was just asking about the Quinte Conservation angle on it. That's all.
Yeah, and it's I guess it's backed up per se by the Ainley investigation. So Ainley had their geotechnical engineer attend the site who does this daily. And they did determine that there are areas of karst on the property and on the boundaries of the parcel that was proposed to be created. But given the necessary setbacks under Quinte Conservation's regulations, there wouldn't be room to fit any dwellings on that away from all of the parts of karst on that property. There weren't large fissures. There were more small sinkholes underground.
Yeah.
Can be hard to detect. So the reason it was flagged by Quinte originally was because the Ontario Geological Society mapping and GIS information identified the area as known karst. That's where Quinte said, please defer it so we can do some more investigation. They then walked it. And here we are a couple of years later, unfortunately, with this end result.
Thanks, Michael.
Yeah.
Thanks, Councillor Martin. Is there any other questions for Michael? Seeing none, we have a staff recommendation that the application for PLCOR 2021-079 be denied. Moved by Councillor Nori, seconded by Deputy Mayor Calver. Is there any further comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor of that motion? Opposed? Motion's carried. Thanks, Michael. We have no minor variance applications, I don't believe, Madam Clerk. Am I correct there? So we'll look for a motion for adjournment of the Committee of Adjustment. Moved by Deputy Mayor Calver, seconded by Councillor Martin. No further comments, questions, or concerns. All in favor of that motion? Opposed? Motion's carried. Thanks, folks, and we'll see you very shortly with respect to our regular session of council.